Namaskar and welcome back to another episode of Unlocking Stars with Abhishek, a series on Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra. Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra is one of the finest scriptures available on Vedic astrology. We have been doing chapter number 46 that deals with avasthas of planet. In this series, today we will be discussing Avastha of Venus. So, to discuss this and to have a better insight on this topic, we have with us our astro expert Abhishek. Welcome, Abhishek.
Thank
So
you.
please tell us more about the Avastha of Venus, different Avasthas.
It's now more than 200 episodes in this Gyan Yagya, when we are paying our humble and respectful tribute in the lotus feet of none other than one of the Pravartakas of our Jyotish Shastra, divine Shastra, Maharishi Parashara. And this discourse is going on, going on. Maitreya is asking question, and Maharishi Parashara is revealing the divine wisdom. And in this manner, witnessing this great discourse, we are also benefited. Mankind, whole mankind is being benefited with this divine discourse. In this Graha Avastha Adhyay, it's one of the most important adhyay of Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, where Mahaguru Maharishi Parashar discussed different types of categories of avasthas. Now we are doing the SayanAadi's Avastha. He started with the Baladi Avastha, Jagritadi Avastha, Diptadi Avastha. Now he ending up with the SayanAadi Avastha of all 9 planets. And we are doing today Venus, Sukradev, one of the very important, one of the most auspicious planet from the planetary cabinet. Let's bow down in the lotus feet of Sukradev first. Himkund mrinalabham Daityanam paramam gurum Sarvasastra pravaktaram Bhargavam pranamamyaham. He is considered as a Sarvasastra pravaktaram. He is a Daitya Guru, knower of all the Shastras by Ved Vyas, and how Ved Vyas is paying his homage, his tribute, his pranam in the lotus feet of Sukradev, the great Sukradev. Sukradev is representing beauty. Sukradev is Rajasic planet. He is representing the activity, the Rajas. He is representing the all luxuries in the native's life. So many significations Sukradev is containing and ready to bless a native, and vice versa. It depends upon how Sukradev is disposed in the native's chart. Before emerging into the great discourse, which is going to start with the verse number 99, and it will continue till 12 verses dedicated to each SayanAadi Avastha. We know 12 SayanAadi Avasthas are there, and it's going up to 110. Before emerging in the Guru Mahavak, Mahaguru Parashar Mahavak, let's remember, let's pray the source of knowledge and the only source of knowledge, the Adi Guru, the Guru of the Guru, Lord of the Lord, Sri Mahadev, together, who will bless us to start this Gyan Yagya, to immerse in the divine wisdom that is flowing from the Mahaguru Maharishi Parashar to Maitreya. हे वामदेवा शिव शंकर दीन बंधो काशीपते पशुपते पशुपाशनाशिन हे विश्वनाथा भवबीज जनार्ति हारिन संसार दुख गहना जगदीश रक्षा संसार दुख गहना जगदीश रक्षा। जय गुरुदेव। हर हर महादेव। हर हर महादेव। Now, after paying our humble and respectful tribute, respectful prayer in the lotus feet of Sri Mahadev, we are now ready to get into Mahaguru Parashara Mahakatha. Let's start with the very first verse. That verse is verse number 99. Maharshi Parashara is saying to Maitre about SayanAadi Avastha, Sayan Avastha of Venus. If Venus is in Sayana Avastha, in the birth chart of the native, then what is the static promise Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is revealing? जनो बलियान पीदंत रोगी भृगौ महारोष समन्वितः स्यात् धनेन हीनः शयनं प्रयाते वारांगनां संगम लंपटश्च. So he is saying, in the birth chart of the native, if Venus is in the Sayan Avastha, then if Venus is strong, if he is Bali, then he will make native. He will might be give this attribute to native to be a Dantarogi, the problem in the teeth, Dantarogi, Krodhi, Dhanhi, Vesyagami. So these are the attributes, these are the static promises. But it's a conditional. If Venus is strong in the chart, then Venus is doing these things, giving these vibrations to the native if it is in the Sayan Avastha. We know after Sayan Avastha, Venus will come in the Upavesan Avastha. So let's immerse in the verse first. Yadi bhava vedusana upavesane navavani navamani brajakancana bhusanaiha sukham javastram rikshaya आदरादवनी पादपि मानुषमो नत्तिहा. Upaveshan Avastha is just sitting on the bed, just opening eye. You know how planets are, the cycle we understand because we are doing Venus. Venus will bless native with the ratna, jewelries, subarn, gold, and all type of dhan, all type of happiness from the dhan. Venus is going to do the Satru Nas also. It is going to destroy the enemies, and native will get the respect from the authority, respect from the king. That will ultimately, the reputation of the native will increase. So, Upavesan Avastha is going to be a blessing for the native. After Upavesan Avastha, Venus is going for Netra Pani. It's pouring water on his eyes. Blessing is coming through the verse number 101. Netra Pani Gale Gate Lagna Gehe Kabau Shaptame Manabhe Yasya Tasya Dhruvam नेत्रपाते निपातो धनमानामलम चान्यभे वासशाला विशाला भवे. Here, Mahaguru Maharishi Parasar, how beautifully he is saying Venus Kavi. Venus is a Kavi also, you know. He is a Sarva Sastra Vaktaram. And blessing of the Venus is essential for a native to become a Kavi. That's very important, that blessings. So here, if Venus is in the Netrapani Avastha and sitting in the Lagna, or in the 7th house, or is in the 10th house, so it is in the ascendant or descendant, or in the 10th house, then Venus is giving a promise to the native, loss of wealth, and loss of wealth due to negligence. So if you are not seeing something, then you are losing something. So that type of loss can be triggered because Venus is doing the Netra Pani. He just poured water in his Netra at the moment. And at other places, except these three houses, ascendant, descendant, and 10th houses, Venus will bless native with the Uttam Makan, with a very beautiful, very superior, very good house. Venus will bless that one. So I did like a 3 avasthas, starting from SayanAadi, then Upavesan, and then Netrapani, verse number 99, 100, 101. Do you have any questions in between?
So, what in the Netrapani Avastha, what will happen? Like you were saying that if the Venus is present in the this Avastha in the first, 7th, and 10th house, then what will
Yes, yes.
happen?
Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa is revealing this truth to Maitre. If Venus is in Netrapani Avastha sitting in these three houses, ascendant, descendant, and the zenith, the 10th house, then native might lose his wealth if he is not seeing. So
Okay,
that
so
is the
seeing is basically he if he doesn't look after his wealth, well,
seeing is
then he might
basically
lose it.
taking care. Similarly, like a blind person is losing something because he is not looking at his possession. So somebody will come and just take it. But the same Kavi, same Bhargav, same Sukradev, if sitting in the other houses, in the Netrapani Avastha, he is blessing native with a very beautiful house. These are the static promises, and each verse is a mantra and calling for research. These are the call for papers. So Mahaguru Maharishi Parasa just put this challenge to us. If you want to test this one, you collect the sample and do the analysis, do the the research, and then you will find these are the abstract truth. Because we know our my Gurudev is saying Shastra hi praman hai. So it's a Shastra. What we are going through, this is a Shastra. Shastra is a praman. And Sradhavan labte jnanam. You should have faith on Shastra and Guru. So that is the first eligibility criteria. But if somebody want to do this research, these are the call for papers. So go and do the research. This you will find these things. That's why this Shastra is still standing in front of us since 2,500 years. Now, Venus is going in the Prakash Avastha. I will do the next three, then I will open up again for the questions. So let's come do the Prakash Avastha. Swalaye tunga bhe mitra bhe bhargave तुंग मातंगली लीला कपाली जनः भूपतेस्य तुल्या एव प्रकाशं गते काव्य विद्या कला कौतुकी गीतविता. So he's saying Sukri is in a swalay. Swalay, in own house, Sukri is sitting. Tungabhe, he is in the Swa Ucha, in the exaltation, Sukri is sitting. Mitrabhe, he is sitting in the Mitra Rasi, in the friendly sign. Then, then he is a Balsali, he is a strong. Mahaguru is saying he is a strong as the elephant, the very happy elephant. He's giving that example. Who is happy? How elephant is happy? Madamaster Hathi, he is saying. So native is happy. So his happiness is at that level. And he is dhani, he is rich like a king. So his richness, he is giving example of the king. His happiness, he is giving example of a happy elephant. So how beautiful, and he is very happy, very comfortable life he has. He got a blessings of poetry. Poetry is a blessings. He get the blessings of the sangeet. Music is a blessings. He will be expert in that vidya, the kavya, the poetry, and the sangeet, the music. These are the blessings. Everybody cannot do these things. Everybody cannot be a singer or composer. Everybody cannot be a poet. It's a blessings. So that blessings, this Venus is giving. When Venus is in Prakash Avastha to the native, but Venus has to be in the own sign, in the sign of exaltation, in the family sign. This is the condition. It's like subject to this very well placed Venus. Venus is in the Prakash Avastha, and Venus has to be own sign or in the exaltation or in the friendly sign. Then these promise, you can see these static promise. Now, after Prakash Avastha, Gaman Avastha. Gamane janane sukre tasya mata najivati. Adhi yogi viyogascha jana nama ribhitita. So Gamane Avastha, is a very bad for mother, native's mother. This is the static promise. Native mother will die. That is the promise. And this will give a mental agony. The mansik chinta will come. This will give the separation from the loved one. And this will give fear from the enemies. So Gaman Avastha is of the native in the birth chart. In the birth chart of the native. If Venus is posited in the Gaman Avastha, that's not a very good aesthetic promises coming. Now, after Gaman Avastha, we know the Agaman Avastha. Native, Venus is going Gaman Avastha, then he will come back. Agaman Avastha. Agamanam Bhigu Putre Gatavati Vitteshwaro Manujaha Satarth Brahmasali Nityo Utsahi Karardhi Rogisha. He is saying he is not a Vittyavan ordinary. He is a Vitteshwara. So he is a Iswara of Vittya. It means he is a Mahadhanvan. He is a supreme rich man. This is the promise. And Sa Tirth Brahmankari. He is a Brahmankari. He is going here and there, but he is not going here and there like some other places. He is going on the Tirth. And Tirth, Sat Tirth, very good Tirth, pilgrimage. This native is going pilgrimage. And he is a very Utsahi, very, always full of zeal, Utsahi. And one thing is coming up. Karagri, Kar means heart, and then Pair is coming. That disease is coming in the natives. This is the aesthetic promise. So disease in the hand and leg, that might trigger. That is one of the thing, the negative aesthetic promise that can be happen. And how Bhavkal Siddhi will happening and all, this is a subject slowly Mahaguru Maharishi Parashara is teaching us. So do you have anything before I start the
So
Samavas?
this is very This is very sad situation that native wants to go to Tirthan and pilgrimages, but at the same time he has disease of head, hand, and the legs. So that might be one of the hindrance in achieving the goal.
Whatever static promise planet is giving, everything is not going to manifest. So manifestation, the bhav kal siddhi. So what will manifest and when it will manifest, the lot of things will come up. So at the same time, everything will. It might only this rog part, the negative thing manifest, or it's only Vitteshwar, the Dhanvan thing manifest, or it can both the things can manifest. So in totality, a lot of modifiers. That's why I advocate always advocate for the quantum astrology. The principle of superposition has to be applied very thoroughly here in astrology. That's why at IVRCL under this banner we did this conference in US on the quantum astrology. So that's a new era to think how to think, like how to look at, because a lot of possibilities and a lot of pathways, and you have to superimpose, and then modification will come up. And what manifestation will happen, then I integrate where the observer effect, where observer is looking, that manifestation will happen. So slowly, and after all, it's a grace land. Without blessings of Gurudev, no one can do prediction. So what will exactly happen, that is the prediction part. Here Mahaguru Maharishi Parasa is saying these are the static promises. So at this moment, up to this chapter, he is teaching us these are the static promises. So you can see the static promises. But what will happen, because from the next chapter he will start the dynamic part. So static promises, then the dynamic prarabdha is coming, and then he will teach the kriyaman, how the transit is coming and all. And then everything you will just align that one, then you can understand, subject to blessings of the Gurudev. So prediction, we are here. Mahaguru has not taught prediction. He is just teaching us which these are the things that can happen. I think I gave you answer.
Yeah.
Anything? Any other questions? So we are going to Sabha Avastha. Let's come in a Sabha Avastha. Now Vinas is going and sitting in Sabha. Anaya Senalam Sapadi Mahasa Yati Sahasa Pragalpa Tvaragyaha Sadasi Gun Vigyaha Kil Kabau. Here Mahaguru is saying Kabau. He is taking care of Vyakaran also. He is taking care of the Chand, Alankar, everything he is taking care. He is not ordinary throwing these astrological wisdom on Maitre, because our parampara is parampara of the Sruti and Asmriti. And how you can remember anything, if it is in the poetic format, then you can remember only. That's why in the very beginning, this is the method we teach kids to remember rhymes, because rhymes kids can remember very easily. That's why Mahaguru Maharishi Parasa gave this Brihat Parasa Hora Shastra in the rhythmic format, so that we could remember. I don't know how many modern so-called astrologers are available who has remember all these things. Because if you don't have remember at least the Bible of this Hora, so there is, it's very sad to say you are an astrologer. That is a prerequisite. So that's why it is in the poetic format. He is taking care. Here he is taking care of the Vyakaran and Chanda, the Alankar, everything he is taking care. He is playing with the Sandhi and Samas and everything. So now in Sabhavastha, now come back to Sabhavastha. Sabhavastha, somebody is sitting in the Sabha and he is getting prominence, the gravity in the Sabha due to his fireness, due to his, his character, bold character, pragalpham, and that's why he is getting all the weightage in the Sabha. He is virtuous. He has power to destroy enemy. He is a Satru Hanta. He is a Mahadhani. He is a charitable. He got all the conveyance, the car. Mahaguru Mahasi Parasar here is saying Hathi, Hora, these all things. But here in modern context, all the vehicles, vehicles. That is the Sabha Avastha. Now, after Sabha Avastha, Agamana Avastha. This is the Agamana Avastha. Agamana Avastha. Don't confuse with the before one. That was the Agamana. So that's the very, the words are very looks like, when I
So the
spoke, it
earlier
looked like.
one was Agamana. This is Agama. What
Yes.
is the difference?
So,
Agama. This is Agama. The earlier one was Agamana.
so this is, he's in the Sabhavasa. Now the court is finished and now he's coming. After discharging his duty.
That's why Agama.
Yeah, and
Agama.
then because he's coming and then he will get food, then Bhojana Avastha is coming. So in this sense, but the words are quite similar. So may sounds very similar, but there is a difference. That's why I pick it up here. So now let's come. Sabha we did already. Sabha we did already. Sabhaya mayat ripu nivahanta dhanpate shamatvam vadata valaturangatam narvaraha. So I did in already I did the commentary. So agame avastha. Agame bhargave nagamo janmi na namarth raser rater ativa chatika. पुत्रा पातो निपातो जाना नाम पी व्याधि भीतः प्रिया भोग हानिर भवे. So now this is the here problem is coming. He will not get gain of wealth, and he will get loss from the enemies, and he will get separation from his progeny, from his loved one, and he has fear of being sick, and there is a degradation in the getting happiness from the women, from the wife. That is not a quite good avastha. Now in Bhojana Avastha, after this Avastha, we know the cycle. So Bhojana Avastha is coming. Shudha turo vyadhi nipiditaha syadane kadharati bhayadischa kabau yada bhojanage yuvatya mahadhani pandita mandita. So now Chudha Avastha. Now it's Bhojana Avastha. He's in the Chudha Avastha. He is very hungry. Native is very hungry. Somebody is always hungry. You see somebody is always looking for to eat something. So he's a Vyakul. He's in hunger and getting disease. And enemies are also giving him trouble. But one thing Mahaguru is saying, if this thing is happening, if Venus is sitting in the Virgo, in Bhojana Avastha, very bad, sitting in the Virgo, being debilited. So bad is debilited. So bad is debilited, then positive connotation is coming. Then he is a Dhanvan, he is a Pandito ka Astra. He is giving shelter to the Vidwan, Pandita, Manditas. So one planet is in a bad Avastha, and again it debilitate. So it might happen, there can be so many interpretation but for remembering only. So it's a reverse the negativity and it's become positive, in fact. Now, I will do this, then I will open this for discussion. Next avastha is a nitya lipsa avastha, we know. काव्य विद्या नवदात हृत्वा मतिः सर्वदा नित्यलिप्ता गते भार्गवे शंख वीणा मृदंगादि गान ध्वनि व्रात नैक पुण्यमेतस्य वित्तो नक्ति. So he's a poet. He can do the poetry. He's intelligent. He is a knower of the music. So he got a veena, mridang, and all type of musical instrument he can he can use. He has ability to use. He know how to handle, how to do those musical instruments. And his dhan is also increasing. This Venus will bless him with a more and more wealth. But that's a good disposition, good avastha. Now next avastha is kautuka avastha. कौतुक भवनम गतवती शुक्रे सक्रे सत्वं सदगति महत्वं हृद्या विद्या भवती च पुंस पद्मा निवसति सदमारतः. So in Kautuk Avastha, Sakar is the name of Indra. So he is a parakrami. He is a very courageous, like a Indra. Indra is a very courageous in our Veda. In Veda, Indra is one of the very prominent gods. Nowadays, without knowing the Shastras, people are making, Bollywood people are making these movies and all, and showing Indra like a weak character. It's showing like they are not going through this Shastras. Indra is considered to be, and showing in our scripture, very parakrami, because he is controlling the indriya, senses. Whosoever is controlling the senses, indriya, is the Indra. So that is the Atma Chetana. And when Atma Chetana is always coming under the influence of the Maya, the Asuri Saktiya, then Atma Chetana is losing his status. So Indra is also losing his Swarga. And whenever Atma Chetana is losing his Swarga, then he is rushing to the Param Satta, the absolute consciousness. So Indra Devi is always going to the Vishnu and Shiva and all, the Trinity. So these type of mythological stories, these are the all spiritual iconography. So how depicting the Indra. And Indra killed the Britasur. So Brita is the Briti. So the Asuri, the bad, the devil inside is the Britasur, and Indra is killing him. So Atma Chetana is killing him, and he is killing by the Vajra. So Vajra is Sayyam. So if Atma Chetana, if native is Jitendriya, so that he got a Vajra, and he is killing the Britasur, and then so that he can rule the heaven of your body. That is the Indra. So this native is Indra Saman. He is a Indra Saman Prakarmi in Kautuk Avastha. And in Sabha, when he is sitting in the court, he is very clever. He got a superior knowledge. And Lakshmi is always living in his house. He is always Hanuman, Nitya Lakshmi. Lakshmi is very chanchal, we know. But in his house, Lakshmi is Nitya. He is always Hanuman. That is the blessing. Last avastha I am doing now, the Nidra avastha. Parasevarato nityam nidra mupate gate kabau paraninda paro viro vachalo brahmate mahima. So Nidra avastha, he is doing seva. He is doing seva for someone else. He might do service, or he can do voluntary seva. A lot of interpretation can be done. A lot of interpretation can be done. That is indication this Shastra is for the intelligent people only. Because it's an applied science. How you will take these verses and go and apply in the society. That's very important. He's a Parninda. but he's a Veer. Parnindak is a negative connotation here, and he's a Vachal, speaking illegal. Sorry, unnecessary speaking. He's a Vachal and speaking a lot. And Brahmate, so just wandering here and there. So this is all Venus. So do you have any questions, please?
So I was just wondering that Kautuk Avastha is, I think, among all these, can be considered to be one of the best avasthas in which Venus can be. Because if you look at the combination of Kautuk Avastha, it's quite nice for the native if Venus is in this avastha.
Yeah,
Parakrami
Kautuk.
like Indra and
Hmm.
with so much of always having Lakshmi in his house. So it's, I think, among these, the best one. What do you have to say about that?
Now, no doubt, Kautuk Avastha is one of the best avasthas. But other avasthas like Prakash Avastha, that is also, but that is subjective avastha because conditional avastha. Because Sukra has to be in the Swalahe, own house, exaltation, and the friend house, then that is also a blessings. Even in Upavesan Avastha, it is also blessing the Ratna, blessing the gold and everything, Dhan, Satrunas, everything, Pratishtha, everything is giving. So other avasthas also is a giving. Like in Sava Avastha also, it's getting a lot of things native is getting in Sava Avastha. So other avasthas are also very auspicious along with Kautuk Avastha. But no doubt, Kautuk Avastha is one of the best avastha ever.
Holistically, if you see, there is this can be considered to be one of the best holistically.
Yeah, but our Shastra is based on karma theory. Jyotish is based on karma theory. Jyotish doesn't believe in this, Bhagyavad actually. It's believe in Karmavad. It's a major misconception in the society. It's a Bhagyavad. So Bhagyavadi is in Jyotish. It's major misconception. It's a totally Karmavad. And all the avasthas, all the disposition, planetary arrangement in the chart is only due to natives karmas. So what is past life karmas, that is you are getting. So you have to accept it, whether it is Kautuk Avastha or it's Bhojan Avastha.
Mhm. Right. Okay.
So thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much for explaining it so nicely, the different avasthas in which Venus can be found in a natal horoscope. That's all for today, and we will be continuing with the avasthas of planet and continue this series with Saturn as the next planet in the next episode. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you,
Har Har
Abhishek.
Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev.